You'll drive by it at least twice before you realize the shroud of roadside bramble and branches in Pink Hill is hiding more than 100 years of history inside it. All built, turned, and tilled by the Williams family. Sometime in the 1800s, the Williams men dug the footings for the family home place. They truly lived off the land, farming it for tobacco, corn, beans, and hay. Without a grocery store in sight, if you wanted to eat, you better get to digging. Knowing they couldn't produce everything they needed, the Duplin County farmers organized their own swap days. They'd stagger their plowing and harvesting on opposing days so they could help one another. They'd exchange crops so everyone's dinner table was well supplied. Outside labor was never needed, and neither was a Walmart. They worked together. 4 generations of Williams were warmed by 4 fireplaces and cooled only when whatever breeze came through the windows. The substantial mantels are all hand-carved with a level of detail and craftsmanship that would place them on any admission-paid historic home tour. Credit the men of the Williams household who, without power tools or manuals, carved each one by hand. A single bathroom upstairs was added in the 1950s. Until then, every family member had a slop jar by their bed to handle business overnight, sealed, and then dumped in the field in the morning. Electricity was also slow to arrive. A canning house was built off the back to sustain the family through the winter months. The kitchen itself also separated from the house, mostly to avoid adding heat to the living areas. A wood-burning stove was started in the morning and used throughout the day for meals. A reservoir of water in the center of the stovetop was warmed by the flames, allowing for hot, soapy dishwater. Future amenities were then added, including a wash house and an outhouse. For decades, every Williams farmed, from birth until death, until the outside world called and children began to move away for school and work. In 1995, the last Williams left the homestead, and time has truly stopped on that day. A calendar on the kitchen wall marks the last hours the farmhouse was a home and not just a structure. Since then, the termites have moved in, and the tree branches have breached the walls. The Williams home place will not be on HGTV. It will not be turned into an open concept kitchen. All the doors are justifiably barn doors, and none of them slide. There is actual mud in the mud room. A few more hurricanes and the house will be a debris field, which is why I'm here. In the 1800s, in blazing summer heat, a family nailed 2 boards together and all their neighbors helped. They weren't concerned with resale value or the size of the bedrooms. They were here to work the land and take what the land gave back, to live in fellowship with their neighbors, to sit on the porch after a back-breaking day of work and hope a late afternoon thunderstorm cooled things down. That's what's actually meant when saying a simpler way of living, and that's an era of our local history worth remembering and a picture worth taking.